Well, what brought me to the movement was the fact that to talk about death is taboo in the church and even in the Black family. And I look at the experience with my parents was my first experience, and then my second experience was with my husband. With my parents, my mother pre-planned her whole her funeral down to the point that she picked out her casket, and at the time that she died, we would you would wear shrouds. She picked out her little peach shrouds, and she talked to us constantly. Now I'm gonna tell you, when she would talk to me about death, I would say, Mom, I don't want to hear that. I don't hear that. But she sat down, said that we need to have this discussion. She said she did her will, she did everything. And so when she passed, um, we didn't have to do nothing but sign the paper because she had taken care of everything down to the point of doing her funeral program, her obituary, who was to do what. She had had the conversation with her pastor. And it took me when 5 months later my father died and nothing, he didn't make any plans. And my brother, Cleveland, and I then said, our mom loved us so much, and even though we were resistant to it, but I think he felt like it was more cultural. That's why we were resistant, that how much she loved us, that she prepared us. That incident with my family really prepared me for my husband when my husband was terminally ill with cancer. And he didn't want to go into hospice, into a center. He wanted to come home. And so we brought him home, and he had palliative care at home, and he could die. He felt like he would die with dignity at home, and he did not want to be in some facility or whatever. So that just led to me that we don't educate our church members. We don't talk about death in the church. We don't help our members to prepare them for loved ones. We don't talk about them preparing a will. We don't talk about them preparing a legacy. We don't even give them the education that they will know that they have choices. But I think it's our responsibility to educate them as much as possible.